In this morning's package, Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly directs Nigerian Gas Company to compensate victims of pipeline explosion in Orogonam. World marks International Day of the Girl Child. Police warns against unapproved procession and rallies in Akwa Ibom. Plus, Nigeria seeks Germany's assistance in combating crude oil theft in Niger Delta. Details of this shortly. Good morning and welcome to AKBC 45 News. I am Inyodu Ubonwabasi. The Nigerian Gas will live up to corporate social responsibility in order to maintain a cordial relationship with the communities where its facilities are sited in Akwa Ibom. This follows the adoption of the report of the ad hoc committee on gas pipeline explosion submitted on the floor of the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly during Tuesday's plenary. The report is here presented in our studios.
Explosion on a facility belonging to the Nigerian Gas Company in Ikorosute, Orogonam local government area. Barrister Okon presented the committee's recommendations to the House, after which members made some inputs during the consideration of the report by the committee of the House as a whole. In their resolutions, the lawmakers directed the State Ministry of Environment to meet with relevant stakeholders and put together a memorandum of understanding between the company and the host community before the end of the year. They also directed the NGC to compensate the affected communities and employ indigents where vacancies exist.
Those in support of the motion say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes. According to this House will adopt the report of the ad hoc committee on the gas pipeline explosion at Ikorosute in Orogonam local government area and with accompanying resolution and prayers. This is the order of the House.
During Tuesday plenary, a motion against the unwholesome and alleged fraudulent charges on electricity consumers in Akwa Ibom State by the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company, sponsored by the member representing Ibesikpa Sultan State constituency, Mr. Nye Kanuko, was raised on the floor of the House. Udwakekon reporting.
Yesterday was the International Day of the Girl Child. The observance of the day was declared by the United Nations to support more opportunities for girls and increase awareness of gender inequality faced by girls worldwide. As the world marks the day, Eyagino Paul examines the theme of the 2016 celebration: Girls' Progress equals Goals Progress. What counts for girls and the importance of girl child.
The world's 1.1 billion girls are part of a large and vibrant global generation poised to take on the future. Yet the quest for gender equality in the Sustainable Development Goals highlights the preponderance of disadvantages and discrimination. Girls first everywhere. With this in mind, the theme for this year's International Day of the Girl Child, Girls' Progress is equal to Girls' Progress. What counts for girls recognizes the contributions of a girl child to the society. Studies show that a girl child is a gift to her family, community, and to the society. Imagine how the world would have been without a girl child. The day also seeks to create the awareness on the importance of nurturing girls globally and especially in developing countries. As such, girls should be included in decision making and their human rights should be protected. What is the importance of a girl child to a society?
I'm starting from myself, and I'm so proud to be a woman. Before a woman, I was a girl. I can say that nowadays, parents are proud to have girls' children. Why? Because they tend to take care of the family when they grow old, rather than the male children.
Should a boy child be given preference to a girl? And more so, what are the contributions of a girl child to her immediate family and to the society?
Times have changed. This is no longer those days when people were more concerned with the male child. Now people know the value of the female child. Go out, ask around, and you find out that parents are proud of their female children because of what gives today. For instance, you can see female children taking good care of their parents, even when they get married, leave their family.
A girl is special. The female child is special. A woman can effectively be a pilot. A woman can be a governor. A woman can be the president. There is nothing a woman cannot be.
To achieve the theme of this year, respondents said girls should not be discriminated against or harassed. They should be educated, empowered, and given equal opportunities like their male counterparts. And what counts to them should be the interest of all.
Just like her male counterparts, female children are not supposed to be treated any less. They make the world go round. They try to show a whole lot of compassion in the society. Trust me, they are that fulcrum upon which empathy rolls in the society. You want to consider a society without the girl child, then you apparently would be talking about a stagnated society.
A girl's child and a boy child should be treated equally.
Today, the girls are taking good care of their parents more than the boys. This equal treatment be given to both boys and girls.
Well, gone are the days that our forefathers believed that women's education ends in the kitchen. A girl child is as important as a boy child, and so they should be given equal treatment. Iyageno Paul reporting.
Thank you, Iyageno, for that report. As the world marks Day of the Girl Child, Akwa Ibom State government gathered girls to celebrate them with gifts and also enlighten them on the need to be proud of themselves. The event was held at the Women Development Center, IBB Wewuyo. The report is here presented.
Addressing girls in the state, the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Gloria Edith, said the International Day of the Girl Child is dedicated to honor the girl child and also focus on issues that bother on her well-being. Dr. Edith said the state celebrates the girl child because today's girl child is a responsible and great woman of just bodies to work together with government to ensure the education and progress of a girl child. The problem faced by girls, which the Commissioner noted should be addressed, include mentoring them against early marriage, dropping out of school, and addressing forms of violence experienced by girls.
The girl in this context is a female human being from 0 to 18 years and is entitled to all the rights of a child. We should all show love to our girls, invest our resources in them for the development of their potential. For investing in a girl child leads to the development of not only the family or community, but the society at large.
In a lecture on investing in the girl child and the future of any society, Dr. Valerie Solomon said, a girl child plays a significant role in any society. As such, should be given equal rights with a boy. The resource person said the duty of investing in a child is everybody's business, calling on all concerned not to neglect female children.
No, we are all familiar with African proverb that if we educate a boy, we educate one person. If we educate a girl, we educate a family and a whole nation. By sending a girl to school, she is far more likely to ensure that her children also receive an education. As many claim, investing in a girl's education is investing in the nation. And investing in a girl child will ensure the future survival of the society.
There was a drama on the girl child by students, while some female children said they will do their utmost to add value to society.
Get married. Why? Get married. You have to get married. It's for our own good. Mommy to be laughing at. They will not laugh. Be happy. In all of this community, you are the only daughter that have married a rich man so far. Every girl child must be industrious. I thank you, the resource person, for educating our children. They have now known what they must do.
Gifts were presented to female school children at the event.
More news after this break. Stay on, please.
Going to the next level.
Welcome back from the break. Glad to know you're still on to it. It's still AKBC 45 News at dawn. The State Police Command says that information at its disposal indicates that some groups in the state are planning to embark on a rally or procession in Uyo, which is likely to cause the breach of peace. A release by the A release by the Police Public Relations Department states that the command has not received or approved any requests from any person or group to hold any rally or procession as required by the Public Order Act. According to the release, anyone that violates the law with a view to causing a breach of the peace in Uyo or any part of the state will be dealt with according to the law. The release advised the public to be law-abiding and go about their lawful duties without fear, as the command will do what it takes to ensure their safety and security. The command, according to the release, warns any persons or groups planning to violate the law from doing so to avoid unpleasant consequences. The head of civil service, Mrs. Ekerebo Akpan, has handed out prizes to 3 government officers which excelled in attendance at the October edition of the Keep Fit exercise, Jogging to Serve Better. The prizes were in line with the determination of civil service to encourage participation at the Keep Fit exercise. The report is here in our studios.
The Office of the Surveyor General, led by the State Mrs. Ememi carted home the first prize of 50,000 naira with branded T-shirts for parading 65 staff at the event, followed by the office of the head of civil service, which had 40 staff in attendance, winning 30,000 naira prize money with branded T-shirts. The Ministry of Special Duties, with 25 staff in attendance, bagged the third prize of 20,000 naira, in addition to a Jogging to Serve Better branded T-shirts.
Today has been a special day. We started with examining our breath. From the age of 40, every man should do prostate check once a year. We have all enjoyed ourselves. I want to thank every person, the permanent secretaries that have come out in their numbers. We want to thank the instructors. We want to thank the directors. And indeed all my workers. You are doing marvelously well.
Mrs. Ekere Bangokpan stated that the prizes were in fulfillment of her promises to reward outstanding attendance during the September edition of the event. Mrs. Ekpan again explained that exercise regularly keeps the body fit and stimulates the mind's creative ability, thus enhancing effective job delivery. She encouraged workers to always create time to be part of the event, which holds every second Saturday of the month. The head of civil service called on workers to be more committed to duties to reciprocate government's efforts at prompt payment of salaries and other entitlements. The October edition of Jogging to Serve Better also featured enlightenment talks on breast cancer, in addition to regular road walk, aerobic, and taekwondo training.
National and foreign news. Nigeria seeks Germany's assistance in fighting crude oil theft in the Niger Delta. Senate condemns arrest of judges. World Health Organization warns Zika virus spread in Asia. Stay with Mercy Ekere for details.
President Muhammadu Buhari has sought the assistance of Germany in the provision of equipment, training, and sharing of intelligence with the Nigerian Navy to help curb theft in the Niger Delta. The president's request was made known when he received German's Foreign Minister, Dr. Frank Steinmeier, at the State House, Abuja. President Buhari said oil theft, as well as the sabotage of oil and gas installations, pose security threats as well as economic challenges. The German Foreign Minister, Dr. Steinmeier, said his country is working towards closer cooperation with Nigeria on migration issues, urbanization, and supporting the Navy with equipment, training, and intelligence. The Nigerian Air Force has said that the 2 aircraft handed over by the presidency will be reconfigured to suit intended operational purposes. The Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, said the aircraft will add impetus to the counter-insurgency operation in the northeast, as the reconfiguration would enhance operational success. Meanwhile, the federal government says it expects to make not less than 20 billion naira from the sale of 2 out of the 10 aircraft in the presidential fleet. The Nigerian Senate has condemned the recent arrest of 7 judges by the Department of State Security, DSS, and says while it supports President Buhari's fight against corruption, there should be strict observance of the rule of law and the principles of separation of power. The matter has been referred to the Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters. The Senate also received the report on the Committee on Niger Delta on the screening of the chairman and members nominated into the board of the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC), which noted that the nominee from Imo did not appear for screening, while those from Abia and Ondo, who are not from oil-producing states, generated arguments. 16 out of the 19 nominees were confirmed, including Mr. Nsema Ekere, who was nominated as the Managing Director of the NDDC. The Senate also received a list for the confirmation of the nomination of the Chairman and Commissioners of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, and referred the nominees to the Committee on Power. On the foreign scene, the World Health Organization (WHO) has warned that the Zika virus is more likely to keep spreading in Asia, with hundreds of cases of the virus reported in Singapore and 2 cases confirmed in Thailand. The WHO Director, Margaret Chan, has said experts are still looking for ways to deal with the virus. The WHO explained that Asia is more likely to be infested by the virus because the carrier of the disease, the Aedes mosquito, is widely found in the region. The WHO warns that although Zika virus has mild effects, it is more dangerous for pregnant women as it has been linked to severe birth defects, including brain deformation. The Speaker of the United States House of Representatives, Paul Ryan, has told Republican legislators that he will no longer defend or campaign with presidential candidate Donald Trump, but will instead focus on maintaining his party's majority in Congress. The Speaker's decision is a fallout of the leaked video that surfaced last week Friday showing Mr. Trump making indecent comments about women. Colombian President Juan Santos has announced a donation of his Nobel Peace Prize money of $925,000 to victims of the conflict that has ravaged his country for 50 years. President Santos won this year's Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts in brokering a peace deal with the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia rebels. The Nobel Peace Prize for 2016 will be presented to President Santos at a ceremony in Oslo, Norway, on December 10.
And just before we go, another look at our top stories. The Nigerian gas company has been advised to live up to its corporate social responsibility in order to maintain a cordial relationship with the communities where its facilities are sited in Akwa Ibom State. This follows the adoption of the report of the ad hoc committee on gas pipeline explosion submitted on the floor of the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly during Tuesday's plenary. Yesterday was International Day of the Girl Child. The observance of the day was declared by the United Nations to support more opportunities for girls and increased awareness of gender inequality faced by the girls worldwide. Remember that you can also watch AKBC 45 News by logging on to akbconline.org or follow us on Twitter at AKBC45Rio or on Facebook at AKBC Channel 45. That's the news. Have a pleasant morning.